from the hot air balloon capital of the world. This is Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by XTO Energy, a subsidiary of ExxonMobil. The 48th edition of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, presented by Canon, is happening now in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And now, live and direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park, here are the hosts of Balloon Fiesta Live, Glen Moyer and Lloyd Jr.
And once again, good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you watching from around the world. We are live on Balloon Fiesta Live from the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, presented by Canon. Once again this evening, I'm Glen Moyer, joined by my colleague, Lloyd Jr.
And we are in for, I think, a fabulous balloon glow tonight.
I think so.
It's nice and calm right here on the field. The sun is going down. It's just going to be a great night for a balloon glow.
And we have another great lineup this evening, including our balloon glow. We have our nighttime jump by Fast Tracks with their pyrotechnics show. And as always, we have the afterglow fireworks, all of which last night were quite wonderful. I'm sure they'll be equally up to measure this evening.
And actually, we got things started here about an hour and a half ago.
That's right.
With a jump in by our team Fast Tracks. They brought a huge 5,000 square foot flag into
big flag
into the field here to the delight of the spectators who were here earlier, and we watched it as well, and we'd like to bring it to you right now.
Look at that, yeah.
Our helmet cam, they are just about ready. There's the whole team there. Yep. So we're watching Fast Tracks. They are now 1 minute away, moving into position. We're going to have 4 jumpers come out of the plane. We will see some a huge American flag.
We will.
5,000 square foot of flag.
I just love this view. This is so awesome to be right there in the aircraft with them as they exit. It reminds me years and years ago as a young television reporter in Beaumont, Texas, I got a chance to fly with the U.S. Army Golden Knights parachute team.
Oh, nice.
In their jump plane, and I did not jump. I was just in the plane with them. But this, seeing this view reminds me, always takes me back to that, even though they exit out one of those drop-down back doors out of a much bigger aircraft, obviously.
Than these guys do,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So the what we're having to do is having to track that plane in the sky.
Literally has an antenna, and they're turning and trying to, and so occasionally that signal breaks up.
As they get directly overhead, it's kind of like, we got to.
Yeah.
We can't really go 360. We get, 3.
You kind of have to spin
45
back around
and then spin back to catch up that
yeah.
other 15. But we'll have
that.
There's
the aircraft right now, brilliant white.
Right,
on
directly overhead of the field.
Directly overhead of the field, and
there's
just over our.
There's the feedback.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
So they're looking down, lining up the field,
and we can see.
there
goes number 1.
One's away.
And there's number 2.
Number 3 gives
a
thumbs
up.
up.
We can
3
see
is
that
away.
as well.
And of course, the 4th jumper he is away, looking back up at the airplane, carrying that helmet cam for us, and we get to see the entire show via the helmet cam, which is a great thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 good shoots, so everybody's out, and these guys, I'm sure, jump like all teams do with 2 parachutes. They have their main, but they always have a reserve so that if anything were to go wrong with the main chute, they can cut away and go to the reserve and still land safely. But we have 4 good shoots. That's always the first thing we watch for in any skydive activity, is to see those 4 shoots.
And it's one of the first
open.
things that is confirmed from the ground as well.
Exactly.
To make sure that we have that. So we're going to be watching up as well as trying to watch the camera feed.
Yeah, it's
like
kind
it's up and down and up and down.
Last night when we were watching their pyrotechnics jump, I had a hard time. I wanted to look up and see what was going on, and there is the flag just being unfurled. Look at that.
5,000 square feet of freedom.
That's
from
a big flag.
Fast Track ground. Larry Compton is flying the flag in for us. Larry's a 2-time world record holder for flying the largest flag under canopy by a single person.
And this is not it.
This is not it. This is the
flags.
Small flag for them.
My
yeah,
goodness.
can you imagine?
Wow.
He's a 7-year veteran of the team. He has more than 6,500 skydives. The second jumper out was Nate Moore. Nate is going to turn on some daytime smoke for us to see. He's also a 7-year veteran of the team with more than 5,000 skydives, retired from the United States Army.
Wonder if he was a member of the Golden Knights at any one time. I'd have to find out.
Might have been. Look how close they're flying to each other tonight.
Well, and one of the jumpers is trailing, looks like red, white, and blue streamers. The one that just made the left-hand turn there, I guess he's the lead of the first three.
That would be Kevin Engel. He has, he also has the red, white, and blue streamers as well. He's a 5-year veteran, more than 2,500 skydives, and a retired Army Command Sergeant
There's
Major.
a nice view with the jumpers here. There's the smoke on, and then there's the aircraft circling down out wide of them, obviously.
And of course, we're getting a great shot as they keep. Dmitry Adatic is the one carrying the helmet cam for us. So they're looking down. There's the balloon field. Hi.
I don't think they can hear us just yet.
Not yet. Yeah, so there's the red, white, and blue smoke.
Yep.
And there looks like the regular smoke, the daytime smoke from the one that's trailing. And the one that's right there by the flag, that's the helmet cam. We can tell by the view we see.
So he's actually just a little bit higher than the other three jumpers because he's looking down on them so that we can see the flag.
There's a great shot of the smoke from the helmet cam.
Tricolor smoke. That's awfully impressive.
Red, white, and blue to go along with 5,000 square feet of freedom, as they call it.
Yep. It's amazing. That flag even at this distance, it still just looks huge.
And we can hear some fireworks going up
there. Yeah,
some
daytime fireworks. That's what some of that kind of teal greenish smoke, I think, is from the fireworks.
Yep. Just a little hint, that is, of what will come at 7:30 tonight, as the skydivers, Fast Tracks, the same team, will jump again at 5:30 tonight, at 7:30 tonight, with a pyrotechnic display in the sky.
The two lead jumpers are doing their spiral. I thought they were going to do the barber pole maneuver, but it doesn't look like they are.
Oh, there it comes.
Are they doing it now?
Well, at least they crisscross.
They cross,
sort of,
but they do a barber pole
right,
thing where they
spin.
spiral each other down. Right now, it looks like they were just kind of playing follow the leader. Both of them trailing with streamers and tricolor smoke. So
all kinds of stuff dragging on your body as you come in.
More fireworks going off. As the lead jumper now is just about to turn on final approach to the landing zone down in the balloon field.
And ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem as Fast Tracks brings in our flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Fast Track skydiving team with bringing our flag in the national anthem.
What an awesome show. Interesting to see that he cuts loose the flag just as it lands. I guess it's a little bit too large for him to actually try and have a controlled landing with that much drag on his leg. So I hadn't noticed that before, but he actually cuts away. I've seen other skydive teams that jump at the flag, a much smaller flag.
You know, and I'm wondering if it was because of the direction he was coming in, because he was coming in the narrow width of the landing zone.
Because I don't remember seeing him do that before.
No,
so maybe that's something that he does based upon conditions of each jump.
Yeah, there's a nice thumbs up from the team.
Yeah.
And there's the plane.
There's the aircraft overhead.
It's a Lady Liberty Cessna 208 Grand Caravan, piloted tonight by Brian Wolfenden. So thanks to them, and thanks to Selection.com for sponsoring our helmet cam so that we can see the fabulous views as things come in. Now, the other thing that Fast Tracks does is that they dedicate every one of these jumps to a fallen service member.
That's right, yes.
So today's jump's dedicated to Army Specialist Jessica L. Covey. Specialist Covey died October 6, 2004 while supporting Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Good for them. And that's
again,
a wonderful thing that they do to represent our fallen soldiers.
It is excellent. And again, they'll be back at 7:30 tonight with a pyrotechnic jump.
If you've not seen that, you don't want to miss it.
You don't want. We'll be back with that as well. See you in a bit.
And so that was earlier this evening, about 5 o'clock this afternoon, when Team Fast Tracks jumped in carrying the American flag. And
Fabulous
just a preview, a preview of what we'll be seeing not too long from now. 7:30 is their nighttime jump with pyrotechnics and all of that. We have another special feature coming up in just a moment that I'm going to let you talk about because you know more about it than I do. But I just wanted to make a quick comment. I noticed that even before we signed on, we have a very active following on our Facebook page.
Yes.
And people were already commenting. And one that I wanted to give a quick shout out to, Mary Rouse Hollyfield, chimed in that she's watching from Beaumont, Texas. That caught my eye because that's my hometown.
There you go.
So
as soon as you said Beaumont, I thought, okay, he's going somewhere.
Shout out, So shout out to my homies who are watching from Beaumont, Texas. First time I've seen someone from Beaumont check in, so just wanted to mention that.
Well, there you go.
So thank you, Mary.
This is a live picture. We'll be going to our balloon glow shortly here. What we have is the sun has just gone down below the horizon, but as you know, it stays light for a little while here. And, of course, our cameras have even extra shading, make it look a little bit brighter. But things, as you can see from the shot here of the Zia balloon and the Dos Equis balloon, we're in for a great balloon glow. But as you said, we have something actually that's kind of new, unique, and special to us this year. Jack Daniels has become a sponsor here at Balloon Fiesta, and they have brought in Tim Laird, America's CEO. That's Chief Entertaining Officer. And along with Tim and Jack Daniels, they have come up with a unique Balloon Fiesta drink. So I think we have Tim down at the place. Good evening, Tim. How are you?
Great, absolutely fabulous. It's an exciting night out here, and I'll tell you what, we've got a wonderful cocktail. This is what we call the Fiesta Jack, the official cocktail this year, and it's easy to make. I'm going to show you how to do it. Starts out with 1.5 ounces of Jack Daniels, old number 7. That goes into a little mixing glass with ice, and then I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of Coke. Now, if I stop here, this is actually what's called America's Cocktail, which is Jack and Coke. However, we're going to kick it up for the Balloon Fiesta, and I'm going to add about 1/2 ounce of peach nectar and 1.5 ounces of ginger beer. And then we got to localize this. So I've got to have a little New Mexico chili pepper to go in there, give it a little kick.
All right.
So that goes in. I'm going to give this we've got to localize this baby, and that does it. Plus it gives us a nice little heat, and you still get that refreshing flavor from the Coke and the ginger beer, and the Jack just works perfectly with this cocktail. Then I'm going to strain it into another glass with ice. Boom. And then finally, we've got to have another pepper for garnish. That tops it off right there. That makes it New Mexico, and it's the Fiesta Jack, the official cocktail of the Balloon Fiesta. And we're having fun out here. Of course, you can enjoy all the Jack products. Jack Daniels is happy to be a proud sponsor. We just know what a wonderful event this is from everybody around the world and what it means to everybody here in New Mexico. And here's a tip. Just came out, Jack Daniels Tennessee Apple. It's great with cranberry juice or chilled on its own. Just came out, worth the try, and you can get it out here too at the Fiesta.
Hey Tim, how did you guys come up with the concoction and the mix there for the Fiesta Jack?
Well, here's what we do. I develop a lot of cocktails, so I went to my libation lab, which is actually my kitchen, and we mixed different ingredients up. And I started with Jack and Coke because that was always the staple, but I thought we got to do something something special. It's a great event, so I thought let's add a little peach, because peach and whiskey go together. And then, of course, we got to have those New Mexico peppers in here if we're here. And it worked. It's still light, refreshing, has that little heat in the end. It is just delicious.
So who do we have to know to get a tour of the lab? That's what I'd like to find out.
That's right. We're always looking for taste testers, because not all the cocktails come out are great. So we
volunteer.
always are looking for official taste testers, and I understand you'll volunteer for that job.
You bet, absolutely.
Yep, we could get you lots of taste testers here. Give us that recipe one more time, Tim.
You bet. Real easy to remember. It's an ounce and a half of Jack Daniels, ounce and a half of Coca-Cola, ounce and a half of ginger beer, and then a half ounce of peach nectar. Put a little pepper in there, stir it up, put it in a rocks glass, and you got it. It's delicious.
Tim Laird.
I've tried it many times, by the way.
And now you got another one to try there as well.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's like a chef. You got to taste the soup before.
You're right.
Oh, it's there. I guarantee it. I'm telling you, this is a great. You know what it tastes like? Another.
There you go. Hey, thanks, Tim. Tim Laird, the Chief Entertaining Officer, bringing us the Fiesta Jack here.
Outstanding.
Of course, sponsored by Jack Daniels, a fabulous sponsor here for the last few years, and we always enjoy having them, and glad to have them back with us as well.
We obviously are on duty, so we can't technically go down and sample that, but at some point this week, maybe.
We'll bring him back and have him mix it up here on the rooftop studio.
That would
maybe.
work. Yeah, or just send a picture up, maybe. That could things could get a whole lot more fun up here in a hurry.
Hey, so why don't you tell folks how a balloon glow works while I check in with our assistant balloon maestro over here and see if we're ready to go.
Yeah, well, as you can see from the feed there, we have most of the balloons are inflated. And if you've never done a balloon glow before, it's really quite simple. We stand the balloons up. So people always ask, someone who is new to this, always ask, well, when are the balloons going to fly? We don't fly the balloons for a balloon glow. We stand all the balloons up. We let twilight set in. We let it get dark. That's why we're doing this right around sunset. And once the sun sets down, the pilots, we have two burners on our balloons. One, the main blast valve, produces a very tall, thank you for the sound effects, a very tall, thin, bright blue flame with a lot of power to it, and that's what we fly off of. But we can also, and we burn the propane in that case as a gas, but we can also burn the propane just as a flat liquid, and with what we call a glow valve or fire tube. It has different names depending on the manufacturer.
Everybody's got to have a different name.
Everybody's got a name, yeah. And so that uses the propane, though, as a gas, and that produces a very ugly, ragged, bright yellow flame, but it's perfect for lighting the balloon up when it turns dark and you use that flame, that big, ugly, yellow, ragged flame. It creates a lot of light, not so much heat and power like we would use to fly, but it's perfect for glowing the balloons. And when we do that and you hit that burner, the balloons literally light up like a giant light bulb. Or I've often referenced it to, it's like watching giant fireflies. I think you could do a sci-fi movie, The Attack of the Giant Fireflies, or when we do these balloon glows, because you see the balloons light up and they twinkle like lightning bugs or fireflies. I actually, side story, had a good friend in California when I lived out there and was ballooning when I first learned to fly, who had never seen, I talked about going to an event I did in Illinois, and in the cornfields, the lightning bugs in the summer were just everywhere, the fireflies. He thought I was having him on, winding him up. He'd never seen a firefly, lightning bug, call it what you will.
Oh yeah.
He didn't know there was a little tiny insect that flies around and its tail end lights up.
And we don't see that here in New Mexico. They just don't.
Okay.
They just don't hang out here. So if your friend was from anywhere kind of out west.
He was. Yeah, he was from California.
We don't see him out here.
He had never seen one before.
Yeah.
He thought I was having him on, having a joke, and I said, no, because as a kid, living in Texas, we caught them and we caught them in jars, and then you poked holes in them so they could breathe.
Yes, of course, right.
Yeah. But up in Illinois, where it's just corn after corn after corn after corn, acres and acres and miles of cornfield, they're everywhere in the summertime. And I always think about fireflies, looking at a field full of fireflies when I see us doing these twinkle burns that we'll be doing tonight.
That's what it is. And we're going to do another thing as well. We've got a plane circling up above, and they're going to capture some aerial views tonight. So a couple of these all burns that we do, we're going to have to time that to where the plane is. so that we can get a great shot from up above. We used to do that in the very early days.
I was going to say, I have an 8x10 print at home from
Yes.
probably 90 or 91, my first year here, one of my first years with my balloon, then Yellow Rose. I was right in front of where we are now, the rooftop studio. I was about A3 or A4, as I recall. And I have that photograph,
right?
And I can clearly see my balloon because my parachute top was a Texas flag.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I can clearly see it. It stands out. We did an all burn, and they captured it from the aircraft up above, and I still have that 8x10 print at home.
Yeah, there was some great pictures from there. One of the early years that we tried to do this, we actually tried to make patterns. Were you here for that?
I was, yeah. I was
we
one
tried
of the announcers
to do
that year.
Olympic rings. We tried to spell out USA, and I think New Mexico. I think we might have even made the shape of New Mexico.
Yeah. That was back in the day when KKOB used to do the glow live on the radio.
On the radio.
And we handed out transistor radios to all the pilots. So I'm not sure why I was here, but I was on the tower that evening. That's when our announce tower was on the scaffolding that stood behind the main stage.
Right.
Down in the middle of Main Street. But yes, I do recall that.
And I remember being here for the very first balloon glow. I was actually crewing on a balloon. I'm out on the crown line. That's the rope that comes from the top of the balloon down to a crew member who's basically hanging onto that for stabilization purposes. And during a glow, we typically just leave that person out there. When we get ready to fly, we come in, we attach the rope.
Yeah.
But during the glow, we kind of just hang on to the rope, and you can get out there and you're talking to people, etc. And that's exactly what we were doing. I'm talking away here, and I didn't realize
you were talking away. I can't imagine that.
I know. I didn't realize that had gotten very quiet. And then, whoosh, 250 balloons hit their burners all at the same time. I didn't even hear the countdown. And it was like, wow, what a rush from dark to light, from probably a 25-degree change in temperature, and the roar and the pressure of all those burners going off. Even talking about it now, almost 35 years later, I still get goosebumps talking about it.
One of the things I remember from earlier glows here at Balloon Fiesta is back in the day before we had this beautiful park with grass.
Right.
After about 5 or 6 all burns or twinkle burns throughout the glow, you had this little cloud of dust that hung about throat high on the balloons.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Too.
You could look out and see this low-hanging cloud of dust. Because the heat and all the movement of the people just kicked up this big dust storm, and it was like walking around in a cloud down there to see the balloons.
Yes. Oh man, the dust was something. But and when we first moved to this field, we only had grass on part
of the field, right?
And so there was the I'm on the grass. Oh, I'm out in the dirt year, but it was the next year we got grass everywhere as well.
I think we're about ready to start the show with our first twinkle burn.
So I think what we want to do is we're going to have Cannon do a full blast, the Cannon balloon, Johnny Petrin out there. That's what he told me here. Cannon's going to do a nice solid burn. While he's doing that, we're going to go into a countdown for a twinkle burn from everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, so, I hear Maury, our assistant balloon meister, who actually tells us when to call the glows. He's talking with the team now on the radio. And so we'll be ready to do our first twinkle burn of the evening.
That gives our camera crew a clue that we need to get a shot of the Cannon balloon down there.
Okay, all right.
And we're just a few moments away from that. Pilots have been told to kind of get the balloon kind of stable.
Last night I forgot to take any pictures, so I'm going to get my camera out
tonight
and get a little video this evening of our first twinkle burn.
Dos Equis right here in front of us with Scott Appleman, Tom McConnell with the Zia balloon.
The Intel balloon is here, and our very own XTO balloon is here.
Got great pictures of that XTO balloon from our other XTO balloon
this morning. Yeah.
If you want to see some great balloon cam video, go back and watch this morning's show on YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, because if you miss any of our broadcasts live, they're all archived. And you can go back and watch them in their entirety. And we had some beautiful aerial shots of the field this morning.
And a lot of photo bombing going on as well.
Yes, there
We're
was.
talking about whatever balloon, and next thing you know, somebody else, Johnny Petrin, would bring that Cannon balloon right into the shot there. So
it's kind of fun. I'm sitting here with I've got my iPhone ready to shoot a little video, but I'm able to see the balloons that are in front of us. And then I also am able to see what's on our monitor, so sometimes I'm seeing two different views.
Here's the Cannon burn.
Okay.
So Cannon is all lit up. And So a solid burn from Cannon, and then we'll be starting the twinkle of everyone else.
Burn.
They do have to put some heat in the balloon to keep it from falling down around them.
Right. Yeah.
So we're seeing some of that going
occasionally
on.
You'll see
Yep.
random burns from some of the pilots to keep heat in the balloon. So we're just about 30 seconds away from our first twinkle burn. There's Wes the Wolf, one of the special shapes brought to us by Andrew Holly of Exclusive Ballooning, all the way from over in England.
You can tell Andrew's got the marketing. Of course, that's his company, right?
Yeah.
All of those balloons, they just seem to have the name of the balloon or his company in just the right size letters
so that you
can read it and see it from anywhere.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, he's done really well with that.
So we're just waiting on our cue from our...
that looks like a shot from the north end.
I think it is.
Yes, it's a live picture. Yep, sure.
Well, I think we're about ready to do Twinkle Burn.
I'm Art Lloyd Jr. and this is Glen Moyer. We just want to quickly tell you who we are. There's our ugly faces.
I'm behind the camera.
Enough of that. Let's get going with a Twinkle Burn.
Twinkle Burn now.
Twinkle Burn.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twinkle Burn.
Ah, that looks nice.
It's awesome to be able to see both what's happening on our feed and see the other balloons live at the same time.
Yay!
Yay, the radios work tonight.
Yeah, that's the way that works.
Yeah, we had a few communication issues last night, but pulled through, and but tonight, clearly things are working better. So, hi, Betsy. Betsy Sawyer, one of my crew from Natchez, Mississippi, from Vidalia, Louisiana, actually, is watching again tonight.
Monica's wishing she was in New Mexico. We wish you were here as well, Monica.
Absolutely, Monica. Come on down and see us.
Yeah.
Beth Lane says, I just got goosebumps. Well, so did we.
Yeah. And it's only going to get better as it gets darker.
It gets darker, yeah.
Yep.
And again, for those that are watching the feed, it looks brighter on the feed than it truly is. That's just an issue of camera technology, because trust me, it's not nearly as light as that monitor picture looks.
Well, there's one of the park and ride buses staging over there. I hope those people were in earlier. They caught an early.
Preston,
bus there.
Preston Lama says hello from Howell, Michigan. He is a student balloon pilot. Good for you, Preston.
Yeah, look at this shot right up from the banner,
looking
up into the balloon, and there's what a
twinkle
burn
burn
looks like.
Yep.
Yep. Your wrist really gets a workout on twinkle burns or flicker burns.
Well, and it depends on what level burner you have nowadays. I still had the type that had the old toggle valves.
Right.
Nowadays they have those that
if
you
can
got
the squeeze,
the
it's
squeeze
not so
valves.
bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like whether you have the old-fashioned position manual shifter or you have paddle shifters on your vehicle nowadays.
That's true. But the couple shots I've seen, they had the little valve that you have to turn versus squeeze. So
Sao Paulo, Brazil, where a lot of special shapes come from. They're checking in tonight. Travis Mathis, hi Travis. He says hello.
You guys ready for another glow? Oh, we're going to try a wave first. Can we do an all burn first? Can we try an all burn first? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's try an all burn if we could. So. An all burn here. You ready? Here we go. All burn. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All burn.
Now we're cooking with gas. Look at that.
Propane, but that's a gas.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the crowd.
Yeah, so a couple of people have already commented on Facebook saying, man, the crowd's really into it tonight. They really are.
Look at all the camera phones in the shot as well. Uh-oh.
Fresno, California. Brenda Daly Kalishaw is watching. Hi, Brenda. She's going to be launching in the gas flight tomorrow evening, so she must be back at the hotel relaxing this evening. Or maybe on the field, I don't know.
She could be.
Tucson, Arizona checks in. Columbus, Ohio. Fresno, California. Savannah, Georgia. People all over the country are dialing in this evening. That's great to see.
We're going to try some things that we haven't done here in a while.
Okay.
Normally we've done, all burns and twinkle burns,
Right.
which you've seen.
Yeah.
But Maury Sullivan over here and Tom Bueno are thinking we're going to do a wave balloon.
A wave burn.
A wave burn, so we're going to kind of, instead of everybody at the same time or everybody twinkling and flicking,
Yeah.
we're going to do this by row. Which end are you going to start at?
We're going to start with A or double Z, whatever.
So, okay, we're going to start here. Yep, okay.
We can always reverse it.
We're going to start in row A, so that's down here at the south end of the field. South
right
end of the
on our
field, we're
end,
going to
yes.
work our way north.
So are we going to call this out like row A, row B, row C?
So we'll help them figure it out and work through the rows.
He's the only one who understands, probably.
The pilot of our XTO balloon night understands how a wave works, he says.
Ken Drawn is standing in for us for piloting that balloon tonight, and he says he understands what we're doing. So if it works, Ken, you get all the credit. If it doesn't, we're going to throw you under the bus, buddy.
So, well, I know as I announce other rallies as well as you do. I think most of us try waves, so these guys have all done this. Probably just not at this scale.
Not on this scale, I don't think, yeah.
You ready to try?
Are we?
Oh, okay.
Okay, give them a chance to cool things down a bit.
A little more cool. So this is going to be a wave. We're going to try and start down here at the row A, far south end of the field, and work our way to the north.
Just checking here. Cameron, North Carolina checking in. Las Vegas, Nevada. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Denver, Colorado.
That's more like the shot we're seeing right now. Where
there's British Columbia, Canada.
A little bit of light sky and the darker balloons. That's more realistic of kind of what we're seeing. There's center stage. To the left of that, Shovel Man, the Cox Utilities, call 811 before you dig. Different color flags that indicate those.
We're ready. Yep, ready to count down for our. Now this is going to be a wave. So we're starting at the south here with row A. Okay. So here we go.
Row A coming up in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Row A. A, light them up. A. And now B.
Yeah, row B. Row B's catching on.
Here we go, row C.
Row C. There we go, working our way down.
Row D. Up next is row E. Practicing our alphabet here.
Hope I can remember it.
Row F. All righty. G. From G we go to row H. From row H,
row I.
J.
Yeah, we're checking our cheat sheets.
Row K. Row L.
How many rows do we have?
Row M.
Does anybody know how many rows we have? I don't.
Row N. Row O. Row P. Row Q. Row R. Row S. Row T. Row U. Row V. And row W. Hey, what a great job. Wow, all righty.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, those are always fun. Oh, they're all twinkling away for us. They heard you say twinkle, I think. They heard you say twinkle.
Yeah, so they're celebrating the successful wave. There's Saxon, our special shape saxophone character.
And
Civil Air Patrol balloon, yeah. I like that one with just the flame pattern. Weatherford, Texas. Hi, Patty. Lubbock, Texas. Craig Kennedy has checked in. He's watching. Craig, of course,
I thought I just saw him downstairs.
Well, he
here.
may be watching downstairs. Craig
that's
is
all right. You can do
a
that.
longtime Dawn Patrol show producer here and used to fly the Intel balloon as well.
Hey, you can watch Balloon Fiesta live on your phone or mobile device here on the field. It's actually kind of interesting when you're watching the glow because of the 40-second delay by the time we upload it to the internet and you get it back. The glow goes off, and then you hear the countdown.
Yeah.
So... Hey, there's the POW MIA balloon at Phillips 66.
That new Phillips 66. And there is center stage.
Yep. And the other two Wells Fargo balloons in the center as well. And off to the right of POW is Spot the Wonder.
I was going to say Spot the Wonder. And that is Chris and Amanda Savia,
Yep.
Farmers Insurance.
Rod Baca.
In fact, I have, I think tomorrow morning, since I've started to wear a cap in the mornings just for sun protection, I've got my Wonder, Spot the Wonder.
You got your hat?
I still have my cap in the truck with me, which tells you I haven't cleaned out the truck since I was here at Albuquerque last year. You know that. You rode in the truck last couple of weeks ago in Plano. It's kind of a wreck inside. I need to find a detailer somewhere.
All right. So
Sacramento, California checking in. Used to live in Roseville, just a little step up the road from Sacramento back when I worked at Balloon Life magazine. How many balloons this year? Someone asks that every show. There are 580 registered primary pilots, and then there are a bunch of second, third pilots, gas pilots. So, somewhere around
18 gas pilots.
Yeah, so we figured somewhere between 620 and 650 total pilots, probably, total balloons.
And then, of course, as you said, we have the balloons. Each pilot has a balloon, but some have two balloons.
Some bring different balloons.
Some have 3 balloons. So, yeah.
That's far too complicated
giving you a
for
number
me.
that says it's exactly this is like...
Yeah, it's really impossible. But we have 580 registered primary pilots, so that's kind of the number we go with.
That's kind of the number we go with,
yeah.
Right. And we mentioned those special shapes, about 104 of those here. 17, I think it is, will be here only on Thursday and Friday.
Right. But the rest of the shapes
all the rest
are here
are
the entire
we got
week.
A great show with them this morning.
Yeah. Belton, Texas. A lot of Texans tuning in tonight. Good to see that, being a native Texan myself. Hello
Nothing
from
else
Georgia.
to do in Texas on a Sunday night.
That's it. Sunday night in Texas, you watch balloons. What can I tell you? Oklahoma checking in. Texas and Oklahoma, of course. The Red River Showdown next Saturday. Big time for all of us football fans in Texas and Oklahoma. And let's see. There's Hawaii checking in. Jerry Campos checking in from Kona, Hawaii.
We talked to a couple of folks from
Tennessee.
Hawaii yesterday on the show.
I visited Gatlinburg as a kid. We took a family vacation. I have a black and white photo my dad took of me standing up on Lookout Mountain when I was about maybe 5 or 6 years old. Lincoln, Illinois. Wow. Hello from Geelong, Australia. I think that's the first Australia check-in I've seen.
Saw in Australia this morning, so maybe it's the same one.
Okay.
Glad to have you along.
Wichita Falls, Texas, Greenville, Ohio. Just kind of following along with folks that are checking in from our Facebook page, Canton, Ohio. Our balloon meister, our assistant balloon meister, Maury Sullivan, of course, runs the great balloon race up there in Canton, Ohio each summer.
One more quick one.
El Paso, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, people everywhere logging in. And that's what's so great for us to be able to do this live streaming, is to share Fiesta from
exactly.
to
I love these
literally
live
all
shots
around the
we're
world.
getting from the burners from right in there amongst the balloons.
Yeah.
And of course, if you are here on the field or plan to are on the field here, you can get out there and get that very same shot yourself. So if you're watching us on the feed, you need to be making plans to be out here with us.
I'm just
later this week or next year. Next week, well, next year anyway.
Well, okay. I was going to take a picture to show how the difference between how bright the monitor looks and how dark it really is. But then I've got the 2 TV lights that are on us make it look like it's actually brighter out there than I think it really is.
I was going to see if I could block that out for you, but
well, I can.
We can turn that one off real quick. Here.
No, that's okay. It's okay. I just thought it'd be something to show, to see, to make the point that it is. The monitors are so much brighter than what we're actually seeing here. But part of that, too, is because our irises are probably shutting down because we do have these bright TV lights in our faces.
There was LMTS. And, actually, even here, as one of the balloons lights up that burner, you can see how it lights up the ground and the area around them. So.
Lisa Green says hello from San Antonio, Texas, and she says, I'll see Glen at Skylight Balloon Festival soon. You will indeed, Lisa. I, of course, used to work in San Antonio at WOAI Radio, and so I'm looking forward to coming back to the Alamo City and seeing some friends down there and doing that great new balloon event. So please come by and say hello when we're there, Lisa.
Yeah.
Where is the Petrin group? Well, Johnny Petrin is flying the Cannon balloon that you're seeing here this evening.
Paul Petrin is flying the Phillips 66
Paul Petrin
balloon.
is doing the Phillips 66 balloon, which is on screen just as we're talking about him. Maury Petrin is also here, and I'm not sure how many of the others are here, but the Petrin clan is well represented, trust me. In fact, we had Johnny on our live feed this morning. Ruth Lind did an interview with John this morning during our morning broadcast, talking about his role working with Cannon.
Because in addition to photobombing all those shots, he brought the balloon back and landed right here on the field.
Yep. So we're about ready to do another all burn. St. Jean sur Richelieu is checking in from Quebec. Goodyear, Arizona.
So this is the shot we're coordinating with the
with the overhead airplane. Okay.
There. 15 seconds. Okay. So, all right, then we should start that countdown like now. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all burn.
This is for the photo.
Photo op, get the burners on.
Light those balloons up.
There's timepiece. Photo one said it looked good.
Looked good from up in the air, so we'll look forward to seeing the picture they captured from up there.
Yeah, when you guys get that, you'll have to send it to us so we can share it with our worldwide audience on Balloon Fiesta Live here. Balloon Fiesta Live, of course, powered by XTO.
A subsidiary of Exxon Mobil.
Yep. And of course, if you are anywhere near the park, within a couple miles of the park, we also have Balloon Fiesta TV. It's up on channel 28.
That's right.
It's up 24/7, and of course with all of our live shows as well.
Yep, Ray Forsyth checking in. Ray was longtime stage manager here. We worked very closely with Ray for a number of years. Nice to hear from you, Ray. Good to know you're out there watching. We miss working with you, buddy.
All righty.
Lots of Gauthiers from Michigan are also here. Yeah, I heard from Guy Gauthier this morning, and I know a whole bunch of, they're another great ballooning clan. They're well represented here.
So I talked about that first balloon glow where I was out on the crown for that first all burn.
Yeah.
And what a feeling that was. Another phenomenon happened at that first one as well. When we were done with the glow, all 250 balloons, whatever it was, said, okay, we're done. Let's all deflate at the same time.
Right.
So we let this tremendous amount of hot air go. And of course, hot air rises. It has to be replaced with something. So all this air from around the field came rushing into the balloon.
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden this windstorm hit. We had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And the balloons are rocking and rolling everywhere. So we've learned from that. And so now what you'll see is we tend to take the balloons down in
a few
stages.
At a time. Yeah, they kind of take down randomly, because I've had that happen too very early in my career doing ballooning. And you wonder why all of a sudden, or sometimes you're doing a glow and like a whole group around you will deflate, and suddenly your balloon is rocking and rolling. You're going, where did this wind come from? And it's all because of the heat that is being released by all those other balloons.
And
creating
we don't,
sort of a vortex.
We don't think about that because we don't see air. We don't really feel the air. So
okay, we're going to do another twinkle burn, I think. That's what the Balloon Meister's calling for.
There's Osito Bimbo.
Yep.
Twinkle burn, he says, in 10,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twinkles!
Is that the Bears? The two matching balloons right
Yes,
there?
it is. Right there in the center.
Yeah, Ray and Dave Bear. There they are.
And then there's the balloon that looks very similar, and at quick glance, you think it's a third one. He's out there next to him as well, I think. And those two balloons are identical.
They are identical,
yes. I've asked Ray. In fact, I think it's balloon number 6 and 7, if I remember correctly, that have been built to that identical pattern.
A bit like the Hartzels, who have the 3 Texas Racer balloons. One of them is actually slightly...
They need to get a few more to catch up with the Bears.
Well, yeah, one is... I'm not sure how many. Joe's had 4 or 5 just by himself. There's a lot of the older ones flying around that he's sold on. But they're identical, except I think one of the 3 does not have silver outlining the stars. The other 2 do.
And of course, one of those that he sold off usually shows up here too.
Yeah.
So there's 3 being flown by Hartzels and 1 being flown by somebody else.
Usually, I know Wayne Standifer has one of the old ones.
Yes.
So I think Wayne is usually the 4th guy that shows up, just to confuse us. Peter George is watching. Hi, Peter. How are you? Peter's a good friend of mine from over in the UK. Good to have you with us tonight, sir.
And Cindy Everest from up in Placitas. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for checking in. Haven't seen their names go by, but I know that my nieces and sister-in-law are all watching from near Tampa, Florida.
Oh, yeah?
They text my wife after the show and say, he didn't respond to our post. We shouted out it. Well, I'm just going to be proactive here.
Oh, there you go.
And say hi to him that way.
Well, I saw my sister-in-law checked in earlier on this morning's show. She checked in that she was watching. So I don't know if my mom even knows how to log on and see any of this. I would hope maybe my sister and brother-in-law would help her get online to see some of this.
So we're about 13 minutes or so away from Fast Tracks dropping in with their pyrotechnics as well. Can we do an Allburn here? Yep, can we do an Allburn? Let's get an Allburn in here.
Okay, before Fast Tracks gets in here, pilots, let's do an Allburn.
Allburn, here we go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Allburn! Well, there goes an Adams balloon in the back.
There's Hamlet.
Right.
That's
one of the nice things about the balloons kind of in the front row, kind of going down early.
We're
getting
to see
a chance
some of
to
the
see
others.
everybody down the line.
There's Johnny Petrin in the cannon balloon. Someone asking where the Petrins were. That was Johnny doing the piloting duties with Cannon, who are our presenting sponsor, by the way.
There's the
Osito Bimbo. Looks like he's had enough of baking tonight. He's got to get an early start because he gets up and bakes quite early in the morning.
And if you look at the very far left side of the screen, you can actually see the top that we've talked about a number of times.
Right, the top of his baker's hat. You can see the parachute top opening right there.
Pulled in and making the open. That's how the hot air comes out. But, of course, that big rim of the hat there, that's going to hold it. The hot air is going to stay above that, so they're going to have to open up other vents as well.
The balloon just to the right there is a golden yellow balloon. See all the flags around it? That is Richard Rhett. And I don't know what the significance of those flags are. It always reminds me, though, of sailing flags. You know, when the ships hoist that big line of
all those flags
all
mean
those different
something.
flags.
It's
they
like
all mean something.
Morse code and flags.
Yeah, or it's like semaphore or something. But that's Richard's balloon. I recognize the balloon well.
Take a good look at a picture of that.
I was going to say that's our XTO balloon, of course, and had some great shots of it this morning. I was just going to mention we just had a quick look at one of those cones that we've talked about off and on so far. We'll be talking about them a lot more tomorrow morning when we move into the competition phase of Balloon Fiesta. But they're basically height markers for the pilots. When the pilots come into the balloon field for competition, they have to be 75 feet, minimum 75 feet above the spectators. And so those cones are located strategically around the field to help them judge whether they're not there at the minimum altitude. There's Paul Petrin glowing the new Phillips 66 balloon. So there's Paul and Johnny.
Petrins. There you go.
There's the Petrin clan. Whoever was asking, if you're watching the feed, they're side by side there in Phillips 66 and Cannon. Maury's not in the picture, but Maury is here. Maury is the two-time champion here at Balloon Fiesta, going for a three-peat, he hopes, this year.
Yep, he is primed to go after
I
that.
bet he
three-peat.
is. We saw his balloon in the group early this morning.
We did. So I think I just heard a 10-minute from our fast track folks.
From the fast track folks, okay.
We have radio communication with them. There's high maintenance 2, the red, white, and blue in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, right kind of back and behind Cannon, and Hamlet kind of back and behind the Phillips 66 balloon.
Now they've turned out our stage lights. I can get a shot that shows the difference.
Can we slip in another burn here, guys?
Of how...
How about a twinkle? That would work. Hey, so if you're watching out there on the field, a twinkle is a great time to set the video settings of your camera. So if you haven't been taking video, now would be a great time. Let's do a video setting because we're going to do a twinkle burn. Here we go. Twinkle in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twinkles!
Oh, that turned out nice. Take a look at that picture.
Yep, it sure did.
Yeah, got lucky on one. Doing some photography here with my iPhone tonight while we're watching the show.
Yes.
Yeah. Part of it's blue and part of it's
So we're trying to establish our video contact with Fast Tracks as we get closer to their jump. We hear the airplane up overhead climbing to altitude for the jump tonight. If you've not seen this part of the show, you definitely want to stay tuned, whether you're viewing online or viewing here on the field. This nighttime skydiving routine is quite something. They actually do a firework show from up in the air. It's quite amazing. And so we have confirmed our video connection to this Team Fast Track, so we're just minutes away now from getting them into the sky.
I think I just saw Moyer out there on the far end. Now we have to kind of wait for the balloons to light up to see the different colors.
Yeah, to see if that is Maury's
balloon. Who is who.
Well, we know he's here.
So the America's Challenge gas balloon event that was originally scheduled for last night about this time, postponed to tonight, has been postponed yet one more time, but they're telling me
night.
It's gonna happen tomorrow night. I have to tell you that even 4 or 5 days ago, in looking at these 3 days, Monday night was always going to be the best night, not only for launch, but for the whole trajectory. Yes, there's
there
a
we
shot
are
from
now
our helmet
live
cam.
inside the Team Fast Tracks jump plane. You can see
Fast
the
Tracks,
suit
you're
lights
live
already turned
on the
on.
feed. We're seeing you.
There's a wave from the two pilots.
That's Matt
Thumbs up.
Guthrie
Is
in
that Matt?
In the plane up there. Matt is on the board of directors here. In fact, he's the member of the board of directors that made the arrangements to help us bring Fast Tracks in, both last year and again this year.
So he gets to fly with them, huh?
He gets to fly up there and see what it looks like from the sky this year.
Lucky Matt.
I think we should do a comment.
I think we should put one of us up there.
One of us should be up there for one of these jumps, and we'll be able to really talk back.
Well,
and forth.
if you really want to get technical, you ought to get up there and do a tandem. And
now
that would
be. Oh, I would do that.
Coming down.
Yeah, don't ask me twice. I'll be there. I will be there in a heartbeat.
Tomorrow morning we're going to have you down in the target zone. The first time that we'll have an announcer down in the target zone live.
Yep.
So why not? I'm sure Team Fast Tracks does tandems. We could hook you up, give you a wireless mic, and away you go, man.
That would be fun. So you see the neon lights on there. Oh, you remember last night? The one with the helmet cam, the fourth one out.
Right.
Partway down, all of a sudden his suit started doing a disco show.
Right.
That was not planned.
Oh, really?
That was not planned. They're not really sure what happened there.
Oh, no.
So they had planned to be all red.
All red?
All the way down.
Okay.
And with those neon LED lights going on.
The suit lights.
Yeah, something got pinched somewhere, they think, and so we got
because
an extra
he had his
special
own little
show.
disco show going on up there. Yeah.
So, of course, Dimitri Dadek, who flies the helmet cam for us, I guess they were giving him a hard time about the lights going off that way and not sticking to the plan.
Well, we enjoyed it. We thought that was kind of cool to have the last jumper coming in. Looked like a disco party up there.
So that was it.
So we're getting closer and closer. Just looking at my Mickey Mouse, we're
under
maybe
5.
Under 5 minutes now. Mariana L. Levinson says, thank you for the live feed of the Glow tonight. Appreciate it. Well, we appreciate you tuning in and watching, Mariana.
Absolutely.
We love doing this. We absolutely have a ball. This
4 minutes.
Beats working for a living any day, doesn't it?
That's definitely it. Nice night here tonight. I'm starting to feel just a little cool because I forgot to bring my jacket.
Well, I was about to say, I've started kind of bundling up a little bit here myself. I'm kind of, I'm feeling the chill too.
There's the plane. The plane. A Cessna 208 Grand Caravan, Lady Liberty, Brian Wolfen.
Somebody checking in that's watching over in the museum, which is not far from us here.
They're watching us on Channel 28.
On Channel 28 from our low-power TV station.
Over there. Yep.
Yeah.
So hi to the museum over there. Thanks.
By the way, we were talking about the gas launch tomorrow evening. Did you mention that admission into the park will be free tomorrow evening?
I did not.
For anyone who wants to come out and watch the gas balloons. They're going to start the inflation at this point. Everything's scheduled to begin about 4 p.m. Hoping to begin launching perhaps about 6:30.
About 8.
About 8 p.m. I'm
gas
sorry.
Is available
8.
at 4. The launch
That's
about 8 o'clock. We're going to
go on the air at 6:30. That's right.
We're going to go on the air at 6:30, which is what we've been doing for our evening shows anyway. So we're going to go on the air at 6:30. So we'll pick up part of the inflation and all of the
launches. Yes.
Yep. And we will be live down there at the launch platform in the launch area. We'll be up here on the tower as well with Kim Vesley, who's our media liaison. Down there with the gas balloons, and that should be spectacular as well. Of course, you will be able to track them once they do launch out of here by either going to balloonfiesta.com and clicking on the Balloon Tracking America's Challenge page, or if you're on your mobile device, you're going to want to download a free app called YB Races. YB Races, download that, and when you go to add a map, a race map, it's going to come up Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It'll probably pop right up as well, and you'll be able to track the all of the gas balloons throughout their 4 days.
I love this shot. The fact that we can sit here and be live with the jumpers right there in the aircraft with them. It's almost like we're about ready to jump too. I mean, we are on the rooftop.
Yeah.
But we don't have a parachute. The landing would be a bit hard, I'm afraid.
Hey, of course, this is Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by XTO, an ExxonMobil subsidiary. I'm Art Lloyd Jr.
I'm Glen Moyer.
We are glad that you are here with us as we get ready for our pyrotechnic jump.
I noticed we have our two little bugs in the screen there, the Balloon Fiesta Live and the XTO.
Yep.
And I've seen, you and I both were talking at dinner tonight, we've seen people posting screenshots. They're watching at home and taking photographs, taking pictures, screenshots of their TV screens or their computer screens, whatever they're watching on, and then posting those up. And we think that's pretty cool. So by all means, feel free to take those screenshots and share them out to the world. We love you doing that.
Or share the whole show, too.
Well,
Our
that
friend
too.
Benny Bowes and
get the link.
Barb Tomlin have done that both for us that we know.
Yep, you can get the link and just share the link out to all your friends if you want. And again, if you miss any of the live broadcasts, they are all archived on the website, and you can just simply use the link to go back to them. And if you missed this morning's mass ascension, you can go back and watch it tomorrow morning or tomorrow at lunch, whenever it's convenient for you.
Well, we heard from the part of the team that was actually shooting from their balloon this morning, video for us.
Look at the leg packs. Those are the
that's
look
the
at
pyrotechnics. That. I think there's 35 pounds in each one of those, I think he told me. So but one of those pilots actually went back this afternoon, and instead of taking a nap, he watched the show again this morning. So, yeah, so that was nice. So people
Yeah.
are going back. You're busy while it's on, or you missed something.
Yeah, you can always go back and watch it.
Actually,
And
I
you
went
can go
back and watched part of it too because we did a great interview this morning about the Wind Riders film. And
Right.
there was a lot of great stuff going on the field that we were showing, but we weren't watching
But we
because
were,
we were talking.
to other guests, yeah. There's the aircraft overhead.
Yep.
Should be getting pretty close to jump now. There, in fact,
we
there
go.
they go.
There,
That's-
yep.
Looks like number 1 and 2 are out.
Yep. There's number
There
3.
goes jumper number 3. And in fact, there they are, high overhead. We can see them from the rooftop here.
Jumpers away. They're not even all the way out of the plane yet. They're going crazy down here.
Yep. We're going to do an all burn for the jumpers. 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All
Light 'em up.
burn.
It looks like a 4 good canopy.
That's got to be a nice view from up in the sky.
There was our, let's see what the helmet cam as he looks down.
Well, you can see, is that one of the balloons? No, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's picking up a couple there. Kind of get the other shoots as well. Of course, right now they're just those red in the sky. Of course,
Well,
as
there
soon
goes
as I
the,
say that,
there go
goes
the pyrotechnics,
there goes
the first of the
pyrotechnics.
fireworks. Only 3 of the jumpers at the moment using the pyrotechnics. The 4th is that little red dot that's up higher, and that is our helmet cam operator who's giving us these our great aerial shots. There, he
There's
lights
the
off
4th.
the pyrotechnics now too.
So first one out of the plane was Larry Compton. Up next, Nate Moore, followed by Kevin Engel, and with the helmet cam, Dimitri Dadik.
There, look at that great view from in the air, looking at the jumpers ahead. You can see
lights of Albuquerque.
and you can see the orange glow from their suit lights when you see that
Yeah.
the hand on the shroud lines there.
And I saw Balloon Fiesta Park down in the lower part of that picture. They're watching that. They're going to come in right near the main stage.
I was going to see if I can get any kind of a decent shot. I don't have my camera up here tonight.
Look at that. Just
Oh my gosh.
formation flying, coming down and around. Selection.com, of course, providing and making it possible for us to have this live helmet cam for us. As they did last year, we appreciate Selection.com making this happen.
Perfect formation flying. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like watching a giant.
And in the lower left, you see every time I point it out, it goes away.
Yeah.
In the lower left there, you could just see the darkness of the field surrounded by the light. There it was down there as he looked away. So you can see the kind of
just in the lower left of the frame there. There you see
right
one of the
behind our
balloons.
bug, yep.
Yeah, that's our XTO balloon just lighting
That's
up.
the XTO balloon
that
we
you
see lighting up.
And we're just a little bit in front of that. So here come some of the fireworks.
I'm loving the crowd noise and enthusiasm.
I was
going
to say the crowd's really into the show this evening.
Yeah, they can definitely see the field and see the lights on the field as looking down through the pyrotechnics in the sky onto the field and our balloons that have lit up for our skydivers. I love these fireworks in the sky.
I know. It's really awesome to see them do this.
And I'm glad they jump every night event for us because we get to watch both the monitor and the sky live. It's kind of, get to see it from multiple perspectives.
Years ago at the event in Danville, Illinois, I used to do, we had the Flying Elvises for a few years, jumped in there, of course, from the movie fame.
Yep.
And and their show was pretty awesome, but this is just spectacular. This Team Fast Tracks really is unique. It's interesting.
That's kind of, have them fly through the fireworks.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see how those fireworks are shooting off to both sides, I guess coming out of those leg packs, but firing off out to the side of them as they make their way down.
And then they exit the pattern.
Yep, our first jumper, and you see the pyrotechnics
And
going
get into
out.
another one, yeah.
Now you see just the two little lighted suits. Look like two little, actually toy Santas almost, all just bright red as they're making their final turns down to the field. Listen to the crowd.
Yes.
Love those suit lights.
Yeah, look at those suits. Coming right in by the cannon balloon, the Phillips 66 balloon with the lights on. Jumper number 1 is down. There he is.
Here comes jumper number 2, turning final.
Right by the cannon balloon. Yep, another angle coming in and touchdown.
Yeah, he's safe.
Fast Tracks likes to slide in.
They do like this, yeah. A lot of teams try to do stand-up landings.
Yeah, but these guys
love
like to do
come
the
in
slides,
and just slide. Do a little slalom landing.
Yeah.
Here we go, watch this.
There's number 3.
Like that. And here comes
And
our
the helmet
cam. This is a great view. Watch him
here
come
he
in to
comes.
land.
There's the others. And touchdown.
Team Fast Tracks. Wow.
I think the crowd said it for us, don't
So,
you?
yeah, I think you can really hear how much they enjoyed that tonight.
That is fabulous. That was great. Team Fast Tracks announce a great job again tonight.
Just an awesome, awesome show. That's just incredible. Here comes the aircraft, landing lights on, making a zoom over the field.
There he is.
There he is, and he's coming just.
And giving us a wave.
Give a little bit of a wing wag wave. Yes, well
Thank you
done,
for the
Fast
wave.
Tracks.
We're waving back up there.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah. Look at those lights on. Yeah, there you
We
go.
got most of them on, huh?
Those guys are great fun. We have a great good time with them, and
We do.
they do a super show.
Yeah, that was
Just
really
spectacular.
exciting. Yeah, I
Watch
think
your
that show
eyes.
gets better. Yeah, I see it coming.
Stage lights are coming
That
back.
gets better every time. Every time it happens. Every time they do that.
That really is. That was fun tonight. That was really fun.
That was. Yeah, and thanks to all of our folks that are out here tonight for getting involved in both our glow and our fast tracks.
Great
jump.
crowd tonight. Great crowd tonight.
This is great. And so we will do glows again Thursday night and Friday night with our special shape balloons.
Right.
And then with all of our regular shapes, we'll do it again next Saturday.
Next Saturday night will be our final night magic glow. Yeah, it's a little chilly up here tonight, so I'm kind of bundling up, trying to stay warm.
So I'm hanging in there with my sleeves.
You're doing pretty well.
It feels cool, but I'm not going to last a whole lot longer.
Well, but it's been so much warmer here this year than there have been years. I've got on everything I can find. I'm stealing the hotel bed sheets to try to stay warm. It's been quite mild up here this year. Really, really comfortable.
Yep, it has been great. So again, we're at the end of the first weekend. We've got 2 days, 4 events down. We've got
That's right.
Let's see. 11 more to go by the time we add America's Challenge back in.
But who's counting?
So tomorrow morning, before we get out of here tonight, we're going to, in a few minutes, we'll be having our great fireworks show.
Right.
We don't talk through the fireworks.
No,
we're going to
just
slip
let you
out,
enjoy
let
that.
you enjoy those. And then our feed will stay up for that. We'll be back at 6 o'clock in the morning. All of our morning shows start at 6 o'clock.
6 a.m. Right.
Whether the balloons are flying right on time or not, we always have a dawn patrol that gets started at 6 o'clock at either a show or otherwise. There was the warning shots.
That's the warning shot for the fireworks coming
up. So we need to get through this.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning we have competition. About half the balloons will launch from here and fly away. The other half will go somewhere else and attempt to fly here. And as Glenn mentioned, when we get to that part of the competition, I'm going to go down into the target area, and we'll be live right there from the X's or
He's
the
going to be our target dummy.
That's it. We're going to put a big X on my back.
That's right.
Hopefully
spread
they
you
don't
out on
hit
the
me
ground
with it.
and let you be a target.
So we should have some great shots from right within the target area. It'll be just like you're one of the scorers. scoring officials. And while you can get on the field and get close, you can't get actually
get into the target zone.
area.
That's right. So this will be a view we've never presented before to the audience, either online or even we've never actually had an announcer down in the target zone at all.
That. So
we're
a
looking
first
forward to
coming
that.
for you on Balloon Fiesta Live.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, we'll be back with a show at 6:30. That will be the launch of America's Challenge gas balloon race. If you're watching and you're anywhere close by, admission to the park tomorrow night for the gas launch is absolutely free, as parking should be free as well, I believe. So all of that is free.
Yeah.
It's just an open deal. Come on down. Gas is available to our pilots starting at 4. We expect the inflations to start shortly after that and be well into it by 6:30 when we come on the air. And then we'll get the launch off about 8 o'clock. Sounds like we need to shut up
I think it's time
the
for us
fireworks
to
are there.
say goodnight. The fireworks have begun.
So I'm Art Lloyd Jr.
And I'm Glen Moyer.
We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.
Go, go, go. He's gonna
You've been watching Balloon Fiesta Live, powered by XTO Energy, a subsidiary of ExxonMobil. Always in October and always in Albuquerque, the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is the world's premier ballooning event. This program is a production of AIBF Inc., all rights reserved. Thanks for watching Balloon Fiesta Live.